Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Madam and the Famous Homie Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to change the name for tonight. We're going to actually think of another name and some other things to spicing it up. As you grow, you do things that are different, you get better, you try things out. So we are absolutely going to do that. Welcome, everyone. Tonight we are rolling out the red carpet to you. Don't forget, you are in the uh, beauty of our home. So make sure you speak when you come in. Always be respectful. And hey, you always be respectful. And if you're not, we'll just cuss you out and then block you. Yeah, we'll cuss you off. We live for it. So the topic for tonight is continuing the conversation about Blac Chyna, and it will be about her body tonight. So the body work specifically. Um, Ron, you want to introduce yourself?
What's going on, y'all? It's the famous homie. My real name is Ronnie, but I go by the famous homie. We back again on Melanin, Madam, and the famous homie show tonight to dish out this stuff about Blac Chyna. Let's get on this body, man. Let's get on it. Let's get to it, y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe the YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to the Instagrams. And make sure you comment under all the Instagram and Facebook posts, too. Make sure you do that. Comment. We like to see that.
We do. We do, especially ideas and constructive criticism. But the conversations have all been great so far. So I really do want to thank you guys for that. No disrespect, no nothing. I love it. It's kind of unheard of in this space. And we get kudos for it, but I think it's because we talk shit. So you able to talk shit. So
That's right.
I'm just saying. So let's start. So hi mom. So tonight, let's talk about her body and her face fillers that she has gotten. In our initial post and the thumbnail for this show, it actually shows a side by side of her face going from on this side of the screen. When you're looking at it, it will be her old face, and on this side will be her new face. Which one do you think looks better, Ron?
You know what? Honestly, I thought she looked better before she got work done. It's just because with Black people, we really don't most of us really don't need enhancements on our face. Like we got the most of us got the high cheekbones and kind of the chisel face look. Even if we're chubby, we still got that chisel face look because we just chiseled human beings. You know what I mean? We got the nice lips. I thought she looked better before she got the work done in her face. You know what I mean? I wasn't mad at her for doing it because I am a person of being pro-choice. Whatever you want to do with your body or your life, go ahead and do that shit. But I'm saying, in my personal opinion, I thought that she looked better before she started doing that work on her face.
So I do too. I think that she actually looks now with the comparison today. I think that she looks younger
Right.
without it in her face, and it looks more natural. Like I wasn't aware, like I told you guys, and I was being honest, I really didn't follow her before or anything like that. Yes, her reel is beautiful. I didn't follow her before or nothing like that. And because she came out the way she came out, and it was so many coming out like that, and I'm pro-choice, do what you want to. I don't accept it. I respect it though. There's two different things. So I didn't follow it. She looks pretty to me. I was like, you would have thought that before her face would have been ugly or flat or something was wrong or whatever. So to see that she took it out, and I was like, wait a minute, I've searched for a while. Like, where's the picture of her before and after that keeps showing the wrong pictures? And I was like, yo, this is what she looks like now as the after. Then what did she look like before? She had to be even more like youthful at that point and just beautiful. Her skin is really pretty. She looks so much better now. She looked like hard. The fillers made her look hard. That's like if I would not get her cheeks are big like mine, or not big. To your point, there is a lot of detail. We have a lot of detail in our face. And you can tell the ones that are mixed with the Native American, the perfect combination of everything. She looks like one of those people to me. She got the high cheekbones, the pretty lips. I like her eyes. They're big. I like no wrinkles. So, ma'am.
If it ain't broke, wife, don't fix it. You feel me? Like, that's how it was at first. Like, it wasn't a broken look. You look good. What the fuck were you doing?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
I think is wanting to be. There are some races that I think their face, like our face, has definition. For the greater part, it's not an all in one. This is my observation based on who I've seen. Our features, they pop and they're still soft. There are certain races that it's like her fillers. If they have cheeks, they look like this. Like it's real aggressive. And I think she was trying to go for that. Let me be accepted by them and my own people, because it couldn't be no other reason. Like,
especially since she stepped into that realm of having a baby with you know, someone that wasn't Black. That's a whole different culture. So to your point, yeah, maybe she was trying to fit in a little bit, for lack of a better, you know, phrase or whatnot. But you know, maybe to your point, that's probably what she did.
and even with them, the Kardashians are, what are they? I can't think of the word. Jesus, how did I forget that quick? Hold on. They probably thought the industry. Yeah, I think so too. Ro, what race are the Kardashians? Where are they from? I don't know what. Armenian. I think that Armenians, I think that Middle Eastern. That's what I was trying to think of. I think that anybody that is Middle Eastern, for whatever reason, they are so beautiful to me, because they have a sun-kissed skin, and then their features are super, super dark. I just think that they're gorgeous too. So why did the Kardashians change theirs? I get, you look in the mirror, you don't like certain things. I don't like my nose. I've said that a million times, but not enough to get put under. Every time you get put under, you could not come up.
Right. You'll be magically under forever.
I think so too, Ro. I just think they're so pretty. I wish that more people, despite what social media says, despite the things that they don't like, could focus on the things that they do like. And I say that over and over, and I truly believe that over and over. There's things that I don't like about myself. And if I could put myself in a machine, I would change it to the way that I wanted it. And it still, ironically, wouldn't be what everybody else likes. So it wouldn't work. But if I was doing it for that reason, you know, but.
Right. Or just like a simplified reason. I know this is the show, but, you know, back in the day on Family Matters, when Dorky Steve was able to change himself to Stefan Urkel for the love of his life, though. He wasn't trying to become Stefan Urkel because of a whole bunch of other shit. He was becoming that because he wanted Laura that bad. So, you know, just off what you said.
I think that is very true. I think that when you do certain things, like I've heard before, people have told me before directly, you don't really want to be fat. You would love to be smaller. That was true. I would say it. When have I ever not said what I would like? But don't put your shit on me. If you don't rock with yourself, you don't rock with yourself. I never said I like everything about me. I said I never want to be skinny. I don't think anything is wrong with skinny, but it's not I don't like it. I don't like it. I like hips. I like butt. I even like a little bit of a pouch. I don't like arms. See, it's things that everybody don't like, but how dare you tell somebody what they like or what they should be?
Exactly.
But if you want a certain thing, you have to do it, right? If I want to be a swimsuit model back then I would have to lose everything and I still wouldn't have been accepted though. And that's another thing people need to think about. If you get this surgery, right? Unless you could put your whole body in the machine, let's say you got hips, but you're going for a flat stomach. The industry didn't accept hips back then.
No,
that was still correlated with fat.
Right.
Exactly. I don't think she got her 4 breast jobs done, right? It was 4. She got 4 breast jobs done. When I read that, all I could think is what, you know, my mom told me a lot of shit growing up to make me like, never mind. She was like, do you want to be cute in a casket? Well, I guess if you put it like that, like, No, it's not that important.
Yeah, no.
No.
Fuck all the casket.
I'm good. I'm good. But some people with money start to get their bodies done like in high school when it matters because they want their kids to be that prom queen, that popular person, that that athlete. It really is a such thing as fat camp, all of these different things. What do you think about that as it relates to how women see their bodies?
Damn, you said fat camp? Like
It really is a thing called, yes, it's real.
fat camp for kids though? Like
It
that's
is.
like to me, that's you're already creating something in that kid for the negative, because if they're at a thing called fat camp, you know, fat already in our land in America is not or was not, maybe, you know, I know things are changing a little bit now, but you know, for the most part of we've been alive, you know, being fat has always been looked at as negative, it's bad, and not just like on no health shit, like you look disgusting, and
Right.
a lot of people don't even be fat, they be thick, and then people call them fat. Right. So it's like, you know, it hasn't been accepted, you know what I mean? So fat camp for kids, how could you do that to a child? Why would you call it that? Why would you not call it something positive or uplifting?
Well, I don't think it's called that, but because it's called that on TV shows and everything else, and you get what I'm saying, at that age, that's what it's going to be called. Like, oh, that's where you went. When I saw the name that it was referred to that name because I'm pretty sure that that's what the parent like knew it as, but it was a Murray show back when they used to do like you're abusing your kid by letting them be this size and not trying to help them. Yeah, like that's what it was referred to. So they do have those type of things, but I think that should be something in private. I personally don't even think it should be a whole camp type thing for somebody that age.
Right.
So I think that's what you're saying. It begins to formulate how you feel about yourself.
Early.
Very early.
You got to think about it when we're growing up and through our teenage years and even through our puberty years, you know, a lot of our bodies, you know, it's not going to look the way it's going to look is because it's going through that change. But sometimes one part of your body is slowly changing and this part of your body is changing and the rest of your body haven't caught up.
Right.
So go through an awkward stage. So you could look at a little boy who's 10 years old who hasn't hit a growth spurt yet, but he got a little baby fat on him. And then you want to call him a fat ass, but you're wrong because within 2 or 3 years, he's going to hit that 3-4 inch growth spurt and he's going to stress the fuck out. So you just gave him a complex for no reason, you know, or the little girl that happens to develop, you know, breasts early. Let's say she gets breasts in 6th grade, 7th grade.
I got mine in the 4th grade.
Exactly. So you're called fat because you got breasts. You feel me? So that starts already something in their heads and create something that you're going to be fighting against for the rest of your life, pretty much, because it was created with you at 9, 10 years old.
Literally. And that's why I put the TikTok out today, the continuance of the other sessions that I've done. But that's one of the things that I mentioned is that even when you lose weight or when you gain weight, body dysmorphia is real. What you believe you look like is what you look like. It's hard for you to buy clothes because you're buying them in the wrong size, things like that. But that's because a certain vision of yourself has been put in your head. And you're almost made to believe that's all you will ever be. So no matter what you do, no matter what the scale says, a mirror or picture, if you look in the mirror yourself, you see whatever it is your brain tells you to see, which is why there's some people that are way on one side of the scale and one side and another side of the scale. I almost wonder, based on the way her mom talks to her and stuff like that, she hasn't been very supportive first to the press to talk about her. I wonder if her mom ever made her feel like what she had wasn't good enough, because with everything taken out, she looks the same, just scaled back down to a proportionate size, but everything's still big. She has a nice butt, a nice breast. Like
I was saying all that, like she was already, you know, good before that. You know, she had a nice body. She had a pretty face. Like what the enhancements for what, like seriously, it had to be some type of traumatic past or with maybe mom or maybe men that she's dealt with. You know, it could be some men that she's dated, you know what I'm saying? And that made her feel that way and then gave her a complex and stuff like that, because she looked fine. Like even comparing herself with the industry standard, she was right on par with, as far as her body. So I don't understand where the enhancements came from. It's like, girl, you didn't even need that shit. You had it.
Right. But that brought up a great perspective as well, because I asked about the mom, but I didn't even think about if a male said that, if other kids said that when she was younger. I automatically zoomed in on the mom only because of how she is, but that wasn't right. I should have asked what I thought probably caused that. I don't know if anybody's seen the show, but the way she just in her face is so aggressive, you would almost look and be like, you didn't need nothing else. You didn't need nothing else, because the way that lady talks to her daughter is like, whoa.
That says a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? How she talks to her, how she deals with her daughter. Like you said, there's something there. You didn't say that for no reason. There's definitely something there, because, I don't want to jump off topic too much, but I just got triggered right now. I get tired of those parents that have these grown ass children and then want to still treat them like they 15 and 14 and 13 years. Your child is grown, okay? Like, I'm not saying to let your child disrespect you, but you got to respect your child as an adult and stop trying to control them and talk shit to them and embarrass them and talk to them like they're not an adult. You're an equal as an adult. Like, you got to cut that shit out. I have a grown daughter this year. Technically, my daughter turns 18, okay? I understand that I've been there for her, and she loves me and I love her. I don't have to talk to her like she's 12 anymore.
Right.
You feel me? So like, there's something there her mom could have gave her. If it wasn't that directly what you said, it was something. Her mom just being that way towards her. Like, I haven't seen it, but based off what you're saying, like making her feel like she ain't enough or she ain't shit.
Right. Or I wonder if it was something like the parents that push their kids to be with R. Kelly. You need to do this because you actually got the look, you got the body. If you just do this and this, you can go out there and make it for us. It could have been something like that. And this is why I say try not to be so hard on people and try to have compassion. We're going to have opinions, conversations, but it should lead towards, dang, I wonder why that happened. Or I wonder what can we learn from this? Or some shit is just off the hook and you be like, that was fucked up. You had that type of conversation. Right. That shouldn't be the norm, though. The norm should be, dang, I wonder what happened. Because even in talking about the mom and thinking about how bad she talked to her, I'm wondering, damn, what did your mama do to you? Or your daddy? Who did that to you? Because you're so angry. She's made it. She still have you right there with her. Why are you angry?
Why are you angry? Why are you doing it on TV too for the world to see? Like you're making her like you're making yourself look dumb. Like you look real dumb doing that. Like that's just so triggering when I hear that. Like, how come you can't respect your child if they 30, 35 and they rich and they taking care of you? Man, if you don't knock that shit off.
I think she did it because it somehow put her in a spotlight as well. Because when she started doing it, right away she was the headline. You know what I mean? So then, right away she was the headline. Then people want to interview you. You know how that go. People that do their shit legit, we gonna climb up slow. People that come out acting the damn fool, the next day everybody want to talk to you. They want to talk to you because they got you out there like the slave master used to put people out there like it was some damn circus. They're actually using you. That's not cool. But you let them do it. You sold your soul and they bought it. But I wonder what happened to her. I wonder of people that looked up to her because of all the things she had. I wonder how many of those people still look up to her and are thinking, let me start to change, because look, she changed and she's still beautiful. She's happy, this and that. I wonder what type of impact that had on social media.
I think they had a big impact. Like, whether it was one way or another, I think, if we're doing a numbers game here, I think it's 50-50. I think half the people going to be like, oh, she fake. She just got her bag and got out. She just doing it for a publicity stunt. You're going to have those people that say that. And then the other half, the real fans, they're going to be touched by that shit. They're going to be like, damn, she did that? Like, I think how it goes. I think she's definitely going to have a huge positive impact from this, and hopefully it can get it could. This ain't the end of it. Hopefully she has a plan, and I'm not mad at her. Like if she does this and capitalizes some way, I don't care. Like I think she should. I think she should have something in place to follow this up and to keep the dialogue going too. Keep the conversation going. Keep the trend going. You got little girls and teenagers looking up to you. Even people in the industry. People in the industry, they look at each other. She don't think other people don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? She can inspire somebody in the industry. So I hope she just keeps it going somehow.
So you just brought up a good thing about her keeping it going, and people, you said one thing first. You said people saying that whatever she's doing for a bag. And then you said you hope she does keep it going to keep the dialogue going. People forget because, again, you gravitate to negativity for whatever reason. If she picked up a deal tomorrow from the Girl Scouts, let's just say she picked up a deal from them, she gonna get paid. That's how that works. So if it's some, you know what I'm saying, that it doesn't mean she did it for clout. I'm telling y'all in advance, please don't do it because it don't make sense. If you go to work and you do right and you get promoted, do you tell them, oh no, keep the money? Keep the money. I just wanted to be promoted and work more for you, but I didn't want to check.
Right. Come on.
You don't. Even if you, especially the people that don't apply and you just get seen like, dang, I seen you been doing this and this, you know, you deserve this. Those things happen. It's called favor. Read your Bible. It's called favor. So the other thing that I was thinking about is what I haven't seen. So social media is really quick to start making, really quick to start making memes and things. I haven't seen any memes. I haven't seen people posting a lot of bad. I actually haven't seen anything bad posted where they use that verbiage. Is this for clout or a meme or reminding her, well, this is who you was, or how could you leave OnlyFans like that? I haven't seen nothing like that.
I haven't really seen nothing either. I haven't really been as active as I've been.
Me either.
I haven't seen nothing. I did see a post talking about it, and sometimes, like, I swear to God, like in the morning before I start working or before I, work out, whatever it is, I get the kids to school. Sometimes I need something just to pick me up, just to laugh. So I'll look for something funny and jump in the comments. And I'm telling you, the comments will have you sick. Like
they be lit.
The comments be lit on some shit. So I'll get to the comments and I'll just start laughing. And I end up seeing a conversation about it, and there was some people saying some, that type of shit, the clout shit, and she's bullshit, all that. It was some negativity, but for the most part, it's been all positive from what I've seen.
Yeah, the negativity that I have seen is still been the same as when we discussed it on the last show. Unfortunately, it's been predominantly African American female. And saying the same thing, that she's doing this for clout, number one. And then number two, I haven't actually seen how could she get her bag and get out, because that, if I saw that, my smart mouth would say something like, y'all can't be serious. That don't even make no sense. Who don't stop doing something that's not exactly in line with the right thing eventually? For all of y'all hashtag growing, learning, achieving, my glow up, you can possibly be writing this. Y'all be hashtagging the fuck out of some wrong shit. Just be lying. How about you don't? Because if that's the truth, right? Ain't that what everybody on?
We gonna take it even further than that. Okay, let's not act like every corporation, business, Fortune 500 company was built on clean money. They don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about how this country was not built on clean money and built on
still ain't growing on clean money.
Still ain't going on clean money. So how are we gonna sit up here and single out one black woman for what she doing when, like, come on, I don't even got to get on the other hip hop heads that I've heard, say they done came up off of drug money and all this other shit. We can go to the world, to America. Like, knock it off, man. Like, what you mean? The clean money. Half these damn businesses is funded by drug money. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the government. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, stop, knock it off. Like a lot of these companies, you know, they're invested in the prison system. So they're the ones that's having their labor done for 10 cents an hour. What the fuck is that? That's inhumane. So you feel me? Like,
I got one better. Some of these doctors and lawyers got their education on a pole or as an escort.
Right. You strip, yeah, exactly. Or you strip your way through college and you a doctor. Like,
and just to be clear, we've always said we don't see nothing wrong with that. But the point being, whether I see something wrong with it, is it ethically wrong? Yes, it is, actually. We just become too lax with saying, oh, it's not a big deal. But the reality is it? Yeah. But would I have done it? Yup. If I wasn't shy, I absolutely would have did it. So I wouldn't have student loans later. Listen, yes. Yes, I would. That's what I need, more honesty.
Nobody for getting it back. Long as you ain't killing nobody and doing all and hurt nobody, get your money, man.
That's what I think. With one exception, but let me read this comment. If she stays on the right road for the right reason, she will stay blessed, right? Sadly, though, she will need to stay in prayer. Oh, absolutely. I would actually, if I had to put money on it, I would say that she planned it in advance, knew she was going to do it, went through all the steps, made sure she was spiritually right. Like, she was already baptized before all of this stuff came out. She already started working on it. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just going to church on Sunday and things like that. I'm pretty sure before she even hit the button to back out of OnlyFans, as the highest earner, things like that. I'm pretty sure she prayed herself up. She hasn't even been on social media a lot, things like that. And I think that's the most important part, is knowing which pieces you need to cut off so that when you went in for this body operation, and I mean that with her soul, but you took your body in, you cut all the cancer out. There's no need to go in to get your body taken care of and leave the biggest piece in, which would be social media and connections, and then come out. It would have just spread all over again. So she hasn't been on a lot of stuff. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 interviews. So things like that. Which is actually another good lesson when people are trying to do better. Like you just said, you haven't been on social media a lot. I haven't been on social media a lot. There is posting, but I am not on social media a lot because this is a season, this month specifically, where I'm emotionally border. I'm emotionally border. So for me, knowing that in order for me to keep going, I need to step away from this space, do it. So many people talk about being leaders and you don't follow people, but you do. You're actually a slave to social media and what people think, because you can't even not check your phone. You can't even function. You can't go on a date without touching your phone or none of that. And I think you can't sit through church without touching your phone. I think it's asinine, but you'll get it when you get it. I got it when I got it. So that's all that matters. Stay away from, yes, the devil's, that is it right there. Whatever. And here's the thing with that, the devil's playground. I was talking to somebody earlier. It's whatever that thing is for you. So you know what I'm saying? If you are somebody who is a recovering addict and they teach you that you're never truly cured, and I think they do that so that you keep those practices in place that you needed at the beginning to withstand throughout, right? But that's the same thing if you lose weight. It's the same thing if you are working out and you want to maintain your muscles. So it could be on either spectrum. But my point to that, when I was talking to the person, is that actually applies in everybody's life. It does, over a lot of things. If you pick up your old habits or don't identify when your triggers are for things like that, if you have friends that are still on drugs that you can be around because you're strong, but there comes a time when you're not strong, that might be the day you don't go over there. That's what the strong part comes from. It's the discipline that goes along with it and paying attention to yourself. It's all for you, but it's not easy all the time. It's not easy at all. It's learned behaviors that you repeat to yourself over and over and over and over.
Facts.
Some people can't hear theirs though. You want to know why you can't hear yours? Because you're too busy in other people's. They didn't even pay you as a therapist, and you're not a good one. You can't even spell.
Get out of other people's business. Get out.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna be in it, pray for him. But you shouldn't be in nobody's business more than you in your own. You owe yourself more. And I think that that's what this whole thing is about for her. Is she felt like I did what I was supposed to do to reward. I'm rewarding myself. I owe myself now. I did all of this so I could be in this place. I'm in this place. I'm good. I'm good. I don't owe nobody nothing. Don't care what they think. And that's what it actually all should be about. If you don't like your job, you're going to leave tomorrow if you want to. Some of y'all don't even give 2-week notices. You leave because it's good for you.
It's good for you. It's good
and
for you.
Whether it's appropriate or not all the time, even as an executive, some things happen that you just can't give a 2-week notice or whatever. You never know what somebody's story is, and they don't owe you their whole story.
Right.
They don't.
No.
They at least owe you not to lie or not to formulate it a certain way. But the part that's tricky about that is perception is reality. If that's the way I saw it when it happened, and that's really what it was for me, I can only explain what I saw and what it was for me, and hopefully with exact words.
I mean, shit, I wouldn't even feel bad as an employee, because when you get fired, they don't give you no motherfucking 2-week notice. They fire your ass, right? You fired, you fired. There ain't no 2 weeks. Get the fuck up out of here. They don't care if you need another check. They don't care if you need a couple more $100 to pay that light bill, whatever it is. They don't give a fuck. If they ready to fire your ass, they gonna fire you. So again, to me, it's more of a bullying thing. Oh, you gotta give us a 2-week notice, but you won't give me a 2-week notice. What's up with that? Like,
and my question is, these days, what is 2 weeks gonna do? We don't hire on the spot anyway, no more. It's 2 weeks ain't gonna help you. It takes an average of 2 months to hire somebody. But I will say this: I have actually worked for 2 companies that I made sure to give a notice to. 2 companies that if they were going to lay people off, they told them months in advance so that they could start looking for jobs and things like that. And I thought that was the most amazing. Man, listen, because when I saw it done, I was like, wait a minute, but all these other companies say they can't do it. Like, people is just going to leave out, where the reality is they ain't just going to find no job the next day either. It's going to take a minute, especially the more you make. So give them time so that they plan accordingly for their family, especially when you do it around Christmas. But that's just me.
Right.
That's just me.
Even on the lower workers, let's say it's a worker that worked for a factory for 20 years, you know, like the black men back in the day before gangbanging started. You know, that's another story, but it's a whole story of how that gangbanging shit got started. I'm gonna school you on that later.
That part, that's gonna be a good show.
That'd be a good one. You feel me? But you know, damn, I went
laying off and regular people that get paid.
Get regular people that's working 20 years, you know, for a factory, and you know, for 20 years, that's the only thing they know how to do. So if you 40, 42, and all you know how to do is tie bows and package it and load it on the truck, and then what if there's no other companies hiring for that at one? What the hell you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna get hired? You're already older. You're already more of a liability. You don't have skill in the job. Like, you have a lesser chance of even getting a job and taking care of yourself. Now you just fucked.
So I will say this, kids, because we talked about it last week. And we talked about it in relation to Blac Chyna. We're pretty sure, we don't know what she's doing yet, and it ain't her business to tell us. She could have 13 businesses. She could have a Wingstop and McDonald's, 77 businesses. Never back yourself into a corner. Never, ever, ever. Even if you are the person that comes in entry level, there is a certain level that you can go up to without having a formal education, based on learning things. But always learn something. Always have something in your back pocket, because you don't want to be that person no more. That chapter of life, that section, that era is closed. It is no longer open, and nobody gives a damn if you sit there at a company that, especially the ones that have like classes and all that stuff now, they don't care. They're not thinking about that. And they're not thinking about that because they provided you the tools and the resources. Now, what I will say is, a company, the biggest one that I worked at, when they let you know months in advance, they also tried to find companies in the same area that was hiring for that thing, or provided, going back to school to learn something that you can get a 2-year degree for while you was getting severance, things like that. So as a company, there are things you can do, which ties into me still saying, I believe that she didn't just quit OnlyFans. I believe that her or whatever team she has that works on that part, I believe they knew when she started her journey, and they knew at this date, this is when this is going to end, but they probably had to sign an NDA, and they probably had to stay on like no movements or whatever, so nobody would think anything. And then she took care of them to keep it a secret. I bet that's going to come out later. And treating people right. That's all preparation. Nobody just, depending on the complexity of what you're trying to change, it's not you wake up that day and you just change everything. You may wake up that day and change the nucleus of it, but you still got all the stuff around it that you have to work on, you know? Like her body, that took bravery to do that too. She wants to see herself so much that she went under the knife again. All of those things was she in the reverse, doing the shit all over again. And you got to pay for it. So that lets you know how serious she. Ain't nobody doing all that for clout.
Right. I'm going to go under the knife and possibly not wake up for some clout. What? Clout? She don't need to do anything like that for clout. So all she got to do is take a picture of her booty and put it on Instagram, and she going to go get the same buzz. Like, are y'all
that
serious?
Whole part.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are y'all
talking about? It makes no sense, the logic in the things that you all are saying. And the logic is making you miss the beauty of it, the lesson you can learn from it, apply to your life. It's making you miss something that could actually be something that you should be seeing for yourself, that was supposed to trigger for you or teach you or something. You could be missing it all because you're so focused on what's not even reality. Y'all done created so many narratives. That'd be the funny shit. It'd be the narratives for me. I'd be like, this person said, I want to go on a dating show. By the time you're done, oh, so nobody around you like you. So that must mean when you was in high school, you was in the corner and you didn't have no friend. I'd be like, I'll rewatch something and be like, I didn't get that from how did you get that? I'll be in the comments. That's what I do now. How did you get that?
Right.
I don't understand.
It's be coming out of left field with this shit. Like, what? That don't even make sense.
They built a whole thing out, and all it takes is one person to say, yeah, I know. Just because they agree don't make it right. Now you both just sound like foo-foo heads. That's all that means.
Both are goofy. Because
you just created a whole narrative and still never answered the original question. So the original thing people should have done should have been to say congratulations, because it's what she wanted to do. And to your point, it was something healthy. It wasn't unhealthy. It was something that made her happy. Yeah, I think that the media should have been going crazy saying congratulations, but that is at the top. She's at the top. So that goes to show you don't get support. So when you get down to our level, you see why there's so many mental problems as it's related to social media. Because if they get treated like that, how do you think the rest of people get treated? And you don't handle it well. That's rejection. That's all those negative things that person has to go through. All at the hands of social media.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's why at the end of the day, social media at this point, social media is going to be social media. Social media will never stop social media. You know what I'm saying? You got to, I mean, it's going to do what it do. So it's up to us to have that self-discipline and to not look for social media for certain things, and not to be doing so much scrolling, because that scrolling is going to bring up the self-consciousness and the insecurities. Once you see something, you see somebody doing this, you see somebody doing that, you feel you should be on their level. Like all that shit gonna pop right up. So we gotta have the self-discipline, because that shit ain't going nowhere. Like just like a person that want to be in shape, motherfucking In and Out ain't going nowhere. That shit gonna be right on that corner every time you get off that freeway, telling you to pull up. You feel me? Like Ruth Chris, and then you going to go get your steaks and lobsters. That shit ain't going. All this good food ain't going nowhere. You have to discipline yourself to not fuck with it. So same thing with social media. You gotta discipline yourself to not fuck with it, and that way you keep your own sanity.
Which is why I made my video eating my chicken breast still.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, just so y'all know, that wasn't 9 vid. That was what I didn't even change my clothes. Like that's the
You
same
almost made me
outfit,
go get
same
pictures
night.
too. I love that. I almost went to Popeyes like when I watched that. I was like, man, I gotta
That shit was
this.
so. That breast was so good.
That
Jesus.
shit was big. I was like, bruh.
KFC and church has been killing it lately, but have what you need in moderation. Like
Yeah.
Ron said, in the morning, he likes to go on and pump himself up with it. I like to go on and laugh and see funny memes and stuff like that. I like it too, but it's certain days that I'm like, I can't do it today because what if I see something that triggers me? And
Yep.
so, in an effort to get to the one that's going to make me laugh, is it worth it? No, it's not. And that's usually the platforms with more talking. So it's Facebook, then it's IG. Actually, it's YouTube, Facebook. No, it's Facebook, YouTube, IG, and then TikTok. If you truly want to go on just to see some things that make you laugh, go to TikTok. That's the best one because, and don't go to the comments. You can literally type in funny video.
Right.
And a plethora will come up from people you don't even know. So that's the best. Stop going to Instagram and stop going to Facebook. And then every other day, I'm deactivating my account. And so nobody cares. Just deactivate it and come back when you're ready. Nobody cares. Like, don't do it. But more importantly, don't do it to yourself. I promise you're not going to miss nothing. And here's the other thing. As a small business owner, it was times when I was afraid, like, dang, if I don't post morning, noon, and night, if I don't respond to somebody fast enough. So it literally took over my life in that way. And then I was like, you don't make $1 million to do this. You investing in your business right now. So they gonna get what they get. Like, that's the way, because social media is what will thrust your business, right? So if you're doing what you're doing and you've already determined, I'm not selling my soul, I'm not doing nothing stupid, I'm not doing this, you know yours is going to pace a little bit slower unless God just touches it. But God is going to touch it whether I'm lacking sleep or in my sleep, because that's how he works. I had to step back.
But you know how social media is, like, still somebody's controlling this shit. And no matter how hard you go and what you do everything right. They're not letting everybody see your shit. Some people get shadow banned. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't.
Which I think I am. Not very many people that know me.
Yeah, see your shit. Like everybody don't see your shit. Like,
or if they do, they don't like it. And I think that's impossible because I could post it on Facebook and then they do.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's like they're not letting everybody see your shit. The only way to really, really, really kill the game with this shit is to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Spend money. You got to spend a lot of money to keep those numbers and to get to those numbers. Or if you know any celebrities that can make your shit go viral. That's the only way. Like grinding and posting, you could do that all day, and it's just not going to be no fast growth for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. Like all your own followers don't even see your shit.
Nope.
So they got everybody fooled thinking that you ain't getting that much growth. Like how active of I was in the media for 2 years. I met a gang of people and went to a gang of events. And I did exchange Instagrams with a lot of people, but I had a lot of videos that were posted with me and artists and with rappers, actors, different people that's posted on their page. And, you would think that it would be more people following, but it's not because they're not letting everybody see your shit. So it's all controlled by them. And you got to spend money to do that shit, period.
You got to spend money and we have to fix our behavior. So I will say that one of the things that I've done, because the reason why I started Melanin Madam, I'll say it again, is the same reason why Blac Chyna is doing what she's doing. And I think everybody gets to that point at a certain point in their life, whether you do it or not is totally different. But I'll like my people stuff first. Before, I used to like the celebrity stuff because it popped up more. No, all of my close friends is people I really know with small businesses that I could support. And that's who stuff I like first. I'm intentional with my time now. if I'm in a celebrity something, it's because it popped up in the middle. But I'm going to support my people first until it says you caught up for the day. That's just how I do. But everybody is not that way. I will say if you in business, that should be how the hell you should be doing it, because that's what you want people to do for you. Because to Ron's point, I could post the same thing that Super will post, and everybody will be on Super's post, but not mine. And it's the same one, and they could be right by each other. You mean to tell me you couldn't double tap both of them? It's only a double tap. It's only a double tap. You that cold with it? Then that's what starts to make people believe that things are intentional when you don't support, when you don't do the things that is really not that hard to. But shadow banning is real. That's number one. Everything is not what it appears. You are no longer paid for Instagram shorts. And you're not being told that, but your check just came and it was half. YouTube don't pay you the same. And guess what? They don't have to tell you shit. So all of those people that was, oh, I ain't doing no 9 to 5. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and keep my 9 to 5 because this is not my platform and I'm not paying for it. But guess what? Every time you post, though, guess what you are doing? You are keeping things into the algorithm for Instagram. You're showing what people mostly like. That's what you're showing. That's why when you say you like something or you want something or you're looking for something, you go on your phone, that's the advertisement that's going to pop up. They're getting paid from the bigger companies to make that happen for you. You're doing it. They should be paying you, period, to post. They shouldn't be charging for the platform. No,
exactly.
They cold with it. They just did some mobster shit.
They did.
Who does that?
The American way, though. That's the American way. That's how they
right in our face, though. No warning, no nothing.
Mobster shit.
Can you imagine receiving? I was talking to my brand manager yesterday. Can you imagine being so used to receiving $1 million checks and it turned into $250 overnight, and you like, how am I supposed to pay my people? How am I supposed to do this? They didn't even think about it to that degree. And that goes back to Ron saying all these companies doing this shit. When that happened, nobody should have been on Instagram. Nobody that receives a check should have logged in that next day.
Right.
But some people don't even know it yet. They haven't even paid attention. Or they thinking, oh, I must be doing something wrong. No, you're not doing anything wrong. Except not reading the news. Because they certainly didn't tell us. But we should have did a shutout for that. We should have talked about them. I ain't seen no post about that. But we'll talk about a person. You'll attack the hell out of a person. But not hold the right things accountable. And that literally makes no sense. So when somebody's brave enough in this world that we're in right now, whether their platform is big or small, you still have people around you. So even regular people like us, when you're brave enough to do something that ultimately can change your life, money, things, people that'll be around you, things like that, that's really brave. That's very brave. You're sacrificing. You don't know what it will turn out like. You don't know if you're going to like it. And let's just be honest, from relationships to jobs to everything, you'll stay with what's safe over what you're happy with, what you actually want to do, the discomfort that it causes. You'll go into a job every day saying you hate it and popping a Xanax before you'll look for another job because you're afraid. You like, at least I know how they'll treat me here.
Right.
At least I know my check is going to be here. They ain't lay nobody off in X amount of time. Sound familiar? You do the same thing in relationships. You do the same thing with your family.
Same pattern. Start
being kind to people because this shit is real. It's our real life. We being mind fucked every day. It's survival.
I ain't fucked, man.
But when you could step out like that, that's when I want people to say, oh, Asia, I'm not paying you back because you got it like that. That's when I feel like you can say it to me. Like when I get like Blac Chyna. Then you can say it to me because the 1,000 I loan you or the 500 or the rent I pay for you, it actually won't be a big deal. But as long as my back ass is going to work and still trying to make it, I'm going to need people not to tell people like us, the regular people, just because we can afford meat and to fill up our gas tank. Oh, you got it. Got what? Work in the morning?
Right.
Right. I'm telling you, the only thing that's going to save us, the only thing that is going to slow God down from shaking things up, because go figure, you just all of a sudden stop getting paid for Instagram. What reason did I even have to have visited that?
That's coming. I
Listen,
think
you're making more money. So what reason did you have? You just did it because you could, because you was being greedy. You didn't lose anything. You did it because you could.
right.
Only time this shit is going to slow down is when we start slowing down and treating each other better. That's personally what I believe. Because even here's the best thing, because even if it doesn't, because you accustomed to treating people good, you surrounding yourself with people that's good, your focus has changed to what makes you happy, being true to yourself, your connection with God and being as best as you can, and loving on people, that's the recipe for happiness. So it could be commotion all around you, but that's the recipe for happiness.
Right.
None of the rest will matter. And then we will be able to tell people, go F yourself. No, I'm not going to do that no more. You will. You won't be scared no more.
Right.
You won't be scared. Yes. Agreed. Okay. Okay, perfect. I wonder, this is the question I'm going in with. I wonder, so what do you think will happen? Do you think that plastic surgery will increase in the space of people going to get their stuff taken out to follow a trend, or plastic surgery altogether losing money because people stop getting it as much because they're not trying to look like that?
I think personally, I think it's hard to say right now. I think
It's not enough noise for me.
Yeah, it's hard to tell right now. I want to watch the next couple of months to see, because Blac Chyna, she's definitely a star in her own right, but I don't know if she's big enough to cause that much of a cultural shift. Maybe if, let's say, hypothetically, Beyonce had a ass implant and she did what Blac Chyna did when got it taken out. If Beyonce did something like that, or Rihanna, or somebody that's huge like that, I think then we'll probably have a bigger effect, because there is a such thing as a beehive, and then just people that just like to follow trends on top of that. So, I think if a bigger figure would have done it, I think maybe it would have caused a shift a little bit, but and it still could with Blac Chyna, but it's too early for me to tell right now.
Can we look at that from a little bit different perspective? Because Blac Chyna is big in her space, and they're big in their space. I think that some of the things that we have identified attribute to why more people probably wouldn't follow her trend. Like you saying, when you at different events, she walks in and walks out. So she's not mingling around. She don't have a girl group, right? She don't have a girl group friends. Because even Beyonce is reserved now, but look at all the years she was in the front and she had all of her friends and stuff. So she still has a girl group. There is no Blac Chyna girl group. There is no, she's not an entertainer. She's entertainment, but not an entertainer. Those are different things. It's no red carpet or runways for her. So right. I'm interested to see that too. And I think that's why it's not so much noise, because in an everyday life, her everyday space was people looking at her body.
Right.
That was her everyday space, but she is big in her space. But I don't think so. She's not in front enough. And even in her space, there are other people that are more popular in that space. She is the highest, but popularity is different.
Yeah.
I think it's other people that are more popular. Plus, you got those ladies that got the big H breasts and all that other stuff. People doing the shit to be crazy. I think more people with complications will start. Did you see Spice had really bad complications? She just posted she had them last year, and they had to airlift her back, open her chest, all kind of stuff from Dominican.
What the fuck?
That's what I'm telling y'all. Ain't no surgery, no regular surgery. She only the second person to do that. Yeah, K. Michelle. was a bigger deal, I think, because she's an entertainment. Perfect example, Ro.
Yeah, do that shit. I remember this shit. She did it.
Yeah, perfect example. It was much bigger, bigger as far as being televised and things like that with 𝒂𝒐𝒖𝒄𝒄 because she's in the front a lot. So if Blac Chyna actually changed, it would be a long time before you would notice it. When 𝒂𝒐𝒖𝒄𝒄 changed, you're gonna notice it right now today. Plus, hers was related to being sick. So hers was a little bit different, but that's the perfect example of what we were saying. Okay, I will let you do the closing toast. If nobody else has any feedback, if anything comes up while we're doing the closing toast, I will read it.
First of all, so off this episode, we learned a little bit. Let's like you said earlier, be nice to people. Let's stop being so judgmental. Let's be more understanding and compassionate, because everyone. What did Tupac say in To Live and Die in LA? Everybody, something about everybody doing their own version of currency chasing. So everyone's I can't remember the lyrics right now for some reason, but everyone's journey is different. Everyone's going to do different things. Stop acting like you're all holy and shit. Everybody, let's stop. Stop being that mad at other people because they sin differently. Okay. Everyone's struggle is different. You can't judge me because you have a struggle because you're not Jesus Christ. You feel me? You're not perfect. So let's stop doing that to people. Let people grow. Let people do their thing. Let's stop being judgmental and be more supportive. You feel me? So we can have a chance at a better future for this next generation. It's not looking so good right now, but we still could. We still got a chance to change that. So you feel me? I ain't gonna be too long with it. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram. Like and subscribe, Melanin Madam on YouTube. Keep staying tuned in. We got a lot of stuff coming. Big man season is on the brink. Got the battles coming up. So stay tuned.
That is perfect. So we will end the show with that. I was trying to find the lyrics for you, brother, and go real fast. But oh, it was that. Everybody got their own thing. Currency chasing. That's it.
Come on. Everybody got their own.
And he made sure to mention that it was worldwide, just so you know.
Worldwide.
That part.
Worldwide.
Just so we know, it's not even as bad as the person next to you, so you might want to chill. But I agree. So make sure you stay connected, and we will see you next week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers. Tonight.
Ciao.
That was like A flat or like B something.